What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JohnnyKpicks. And in this video, I'll be going over my full card picks and predictions along with the bets that I'm looking at so far for UFC 310 Pantoja versus Asakura. Now, first things first, please hit the like button for me, subscribe if you're new or if you just haven't yet, and turn on the notifications so you know when I put out my videos when we go live on during the week for our Defend Your Unit show. This week, I will say right now, it's going to be a special Tuesday night edition because Wednesday this week is my birthday. So if you want to wish me happy birthday, feel free to in the comments below. Also, comment below your favorite fights that you're looking forward to, all the bets that you have so far. And check out my Patreon, please, at JohnnyKpicks, patreon.com/JohnnyKpicks. I put out all my UFC content, my NFL bets, my footy bets, my NBA bets, all that good stuff. Also do UFC survivor pools. My hat's a little crooked. NFL survivor pools. I know we just ended our NFL survivor pool. We're doing a UFC survivor pool. That one has maybe 5 or 6 guys left, I believe. So maybe these next 2 cards, all of them can get out, and then we could start fresh in January. So definitely check out. You just become a free member if you want to play, or if you want to support my channel and content, you can also do that for $5.99 a month. So it's been a couple weeks. It's been more than a couple weeks for me since I didn't do a video for UFC Macau or China, if you want to say. I knew I wasn't going to watch the fights. I actually was able to watch like half of the Figgy fight, so that was kind of a cool fight. But Jan was definitely winning that one. So that's basically all I watched. But yeah, a lot of unknowns. I didn't do great on my picks because I figured it was going to be 50-50 shots. And yeah, and the bets, I think I lost like maybe 0.3 or 4 units. So I think I went 3-3 on my bets or something along those lines, or 2-3. But anyways, I'm not going to go over it. It's been long. We don't want to go over that one. So let's jump right into UFC 310. We have 14 fights. We got a lot. So let's go right now. We got Kennedy Nzechukwu versus, we got Brzeski. And let me get all this crap out of the way so we can get this going. There we go. So we got Kennedy. You know, he's a good striker. This will be his second fight at heavyweight. He's a slow striker, at least for light heavyweight, but heavyweight might seem like normal. But he has a decent wrestling he can use. Pretty dangerous on the feet. He does slow down a little bit as the fight goes on, but he has shown some good takedowns at light heavyweight, some good top control. He's a big guy, long reach, pretty durable, except for that phantom elbow from Choi. But other than that, looked good. Brzeski, solid striking. He can wrestle a bit. His takedown defense isn't good at all. He stays down on the mat and he just can't get back up. He is pretty durable. He does fade as the fight goes on. He doesn't really have the greatest. He did get knocked out against Mick Parkin about 4 months ago. You know, he barely beat Walker, if you want to say so. Got to go with Kennedy here. I know the line's crazy at -500 or so, but it's probably justified because I just don't see how Brzeski wins this fight unless he can keep it on the feet and just out-volume Kennedy. But Kennedy's more dangerous, I believe, and also has that wrestling advantage if he wants to use it. So give me Kennedy to win. I'm going to say by knockout in the first or second round. If I had to pick, I would probably say second. But if this fight does get into the third, I mean, maybe anything goes. So we'll see what happens. But give me Kennedy to win by second round knockout. Next one we got is going to be Clay Guida versus Chase Hooper, everyone's favorite. Jump down here. But yeah, we got Clay Guida. Been around forever. He's a very good wrestler. Okay striking. He always puts on the pressure and the pace on his opponents. Always pushes forward. He's got very, very good cardio for his age. He's 42, I believe. Pretty good durability. His only little bugaboo is he gets subbed pretty easily. Puts his head in some precarious situations, if you want to say, and he gets wrapped up, and that's a bad thing here because Chase Hooper is a very, very good grappler, very, very good submissions. He has been working on his striking. We've seen it come along ever so slightly. He does have very good cardio, very good scrambles on the mat. He has like a different gas tank when he's on the mat. And I see this fight getting to the mat, and I just think Hooper is better. He's going to be quicker. He's got better scrambles, better submissions. Maybe he doesn't have the better wrestling that Guida has, but I got to go Hooper, and the line is super crazy. It's like over 1,000, so I'm not going to bet it. If I would bet anything, it'd maybe Chase Hooper by sub. I don't even know what that would be. It probably still wouldn't even be plus money, so it's not really worth it here. Maybe the under 2.5 or 1.5. I don't know what's going to be set at, look at, but probably just a stay away for me. I think if you want to bet Guida, I think he wins by decision. I don't think he's going to be able to submit or knock out Hooper. So if you want to throw a little sprinkle on Clay by decision, that could give you maybe plus 800 or something like that. But gonna go Chase Hooper to win. I'm gonna say first or second round submission. I don't think Clay's gonna be able to hang in there, especially on the mat. Let's see. Next one we got is gonna be Michael Chiesa versus Max Griffin. And for this one, we got Chiesa, very good wrestler, grappler, very good submissions. Also, he has a tendency to get subbed a lot as well, but his striking is okay. He did just beat Tony Ferguson, the skeleton ghost of Tony Ferguson. So it's not really the something to brag about here, because Max Griffin's at this stage in their careers is a better fighter, which is weird to say, but Griffin's a very, very solid striker. He's a pretty good wrestler, grappler, but he likes to keep it on the feet. Good cardio. He's durable. Not really the biggest finisher. I know all of his last fights have gone either to split decision or unanimous decision, but takedown defense is just okay. And I like Griffin in this spot. I think he's, I know he's a little bit older at 39, but Chiesa is 37. Has been fighting here and there. I don't know what happened. I don't know how or why. Maybe the UFC was like, Michael, you could fight Tony if you want to fight. So I don't know, to me. So that's not really a good win. And I just think Griffin at this point in their careers right now, Griffin is the better fighter. So give me Griffin to win by decision. I mean, maybe there's a late knockout, but I would probably just go with decision. The line's pretty close. I know it's a little bit more of a pick 'em at the moment, but I think the line's pretty reasonable if you want to go with the Griffin side for the money line. Next one, we got Cody Durden versus Joshua Van. This is going to be a very, very good fight. Looking forward to this one. But Durden's a well-rounded guy, very good wrestling. Takedowns are pretty good. He does struggle a bit to keep his opponents down, but when he can, he usually does well. Well, we've seen him, kind of chain wrestle, if you want to say, just takedown after takedown after takedown, not really holding opponents down, but pretty good boxing, decent power. He is a little hittable. Sometimes he likes to get in those firefights, and then he usually gets dropped or knocked out, but pretty durable, good cardio, pretty good submissions as well. Joshua Van, young guy, very good boxing, very good combos, works the body very well, always pushes forward, throws tons of volume. He does get hit every once in a while, but he's very durable. Not really a grappler or wrestler, but he does have okay takedown defense. And to me, it just depends on if Durden can get this fight to the mat. If he can get this fight to the mat, he's going to win this fight. But if this fight plays out on the feet, it's probably going to favor Van, especially the longer the fight goes. Van likes to take the first round off. So we've even seen it in this last fight. He wasn't Edgar Chairez beat him up in the first round, and then Chairez kind of slowed down, and Van was able to take over. Durden is not going to slow down. If he does slow down, it's probably because he shot like 13 takedowns and it's round 3 and he's a little tired. So give me Durden as the dog. I like it. Plus 135 is not a bad look. You could also do Durden plus 3.5 spread. I like that look too, because like I said, Van usually loses round 1. And all you need for the plus 3.5 spread is Durden to win 1 round. And I see this fight going to decision too. Wouldn't shock me if Durden wraps up a sub maybe late or early, but I'm going to go with Durden to win by decision. I think this will be a good fight, but it just depends. Like I said, if Durden can get this fight to the mat, he probably will win this fight. Next one we got is going to be the rebooking of Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders. This was supposed to go down at UFC 309, I believe, and at Madison Square Garden. But we got Weidman, solid striking, decent wrestling, and takedowns. He hasn't really used it too much as of late, ever since the injury. Chin, like I said, always can be a little suspect. He's been knocked out a couple times, but the leg injury really wasn't a knockout with a chin. It was more so earlier, like in 2019. So it's been a while since he's been actually knocked out. But well-rounded guy, good cardio, durable. Like I said, he's been more durable as of late. And then we also got Anders, who's, I would say he's well-rounded. I wouldn't say he's amazing anywhere. He's got decent striking with good power, decent wrestling, good takedowns. He's, NFL takedowns, if you want to say. He does slow down as the fight goes on. He's not really technical with his striking. And this fight also, I believe, is going to be at catch weight 195, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't say. I'm pretty sure this is going to be catch weight. But anyway, it doesn't really matter here. I'm going to stick with my original pick at Chris Weidman to win by decision. Anders was the one that pulled out. I don't know if there was something medically wrong with him or if there was an injury or what, but that doesn't look good for the next fight. It's only been like 2 weeks. So I don't know what happened there. Oh, that's not the reason why I'm picking Weidman. I had Weidman earlier when they were supposed to fight too. I think this fight's a super close fight. It's a pick 'em now for a reason. I got Weidman at plus 140 originally, and I was happy with that. I mean, if you can get him at plus money, that's fine. You're not going to get as much value, but I'm not really a value boy, but it is what it is. I'll say it. And, Weidman, if you can get a pick 'em, I think that it's decent. It's going to be a 50-50 fight. I just favor Weidman ever so slight. I think he's just a little bit better fighter than Anders. So Weidman by decision is my play. Next one we got, it's going to be a fun one again. Randy Brown versus Bryan Battle. So Randy Brown's a very good striker. He does have good power in his hands. He does keep his range very well with good kicks, good elbows too. He's got pretty good grappling, pretty good submissions too. He's got a good rear naked choke. He doesn't really go for takedowns or anything. It's more so like defensive grappling, or if the opportunity presents itself, he will engage in the grappling. Good cardio. He can be rocked and countered, so that's something to think about in this fight too, because Bryan Battle likes to push the pace. He's a well-rounded guy himself with good power, good kicks, good grappling, good submissions. The only little thing I would say with him is his takedown defense isn't the greatest. But I don't think Randy Brown's going to be shooting a lot of takedowns anyways. And also Battle can be a little bit hittable, but he can take some very good shots, and he's going to have to be careful though early. But interesting fight. Line is interesting as well. My pick is going to be Bryan Battle. I just think this might be a good matchup for him if he keeps the pressure. Now, if you let Randy Brown stay at range, uses kicks, don't really pressure him, then it's going to be a different story. But what we've seen out of Bryan Battle lately is he pushes the pace. He gets into his opponent's face, and he either throws kicks, throws knees, throws elbows, and he wants to wear you down and wear you down early. So if he does that, I think Bryan Battle wins, maybe a second or third round finish or a decision. But I just don't. I wish the line was a little bit closer because I'd be more willing to bet Bryan Battle. But minus 200, minus 250, if it gets down to, maybe minus 170, maybe it'd be worth it to play him. But maybe do like Bryan Battle round 3 or a decision. That could be a good look too. So give me Bryan Battle to win by decision. I think this will be a fun fight, but I just think Bryan will just outland him better moments and maybe even get a finish. So see what happens. Next one, Movsar Evloev versus we got Aljamain Sterling. So Evloev, well-rounded guy, very good wrestling, very good takedowns, always good top control when he does get the fight to the mat. His striking is pretty good too. He's just not really a finisher. He's been to decision numerous times. He's undefeated, which is great, but he just doesn't finish fights. He does have very good submission defense, as you saw in the Diego Lopez fight. So that's something he's going to need here if this fight does get to the mat, because Aljo is a very good submission artist, very good grappler, pretty good wrestling too. His takedowns, for me, he does struggle a little bit to get those. He has to work for them really hard up against the cage more times than not. But he's got good cardio, pretty good striking. He does have a very good back take. So if he takes the back, it's pretty much he's gonna win that round. Maybe even get a submission. But I gotta go Movsar here. I think he gets this one done. I think he's just going to be the one to get the takedowns, and I think he's going to be able to stay safe on top and maybe work some ground and pound on the feet. I think it's close, maybe a slight edge with Mavzar, but I mean it's a close fight. I just like Mavzar's wrestling more, and I think he'll be the one getting the takedowns other than Sterling. So that's why I'm picking Mavzar. The line, I get it in a way. It's probably going to decision. The over 2.5, it's probably going to be a good parlay piece here. You can do Mavzar, throw him in a parlay. You can throw him, maybe do round 3 decision if it gets you close to plus money. Mavzar decision if it gets you plus money. I think that's a good play too. So a lot of bets here, but I'm just backing Mavzar here. All right, this will work. Next one, Vicente Luque. We're not even on the main card yet. Versus Temba Gorimbo. And we got Luque. Solid striker. He's got good power. He's got sneaky submissions. Takedown defense is pretty good. Against very good grapplers, he can be controlled for long periods of time on his back. But, Themba, he's a good wrestler. He's a pretty good striker as well with decent power. He's not really the biggest finisher, especially the longer the fight goes. He just likes to clinch up against the cage and try to get you down, work his wrestling. But he can be a little low volume at times. He looks for counters a lot on the feet. But lately, his game plan has been trying to get this fight to the mat, use his wrestling, stay safe, and win a decision. I think Luque is going to have the more finishing upside, if you want to say, on this fight. But Gorimbo does have that opportunity to get the takedowns, which we've seen Vicente get taken down and just controlled. So it does worry me a bit here, but this is the big step up for Gorimbo, and that's what I'm leaning towards here. And I think Vicente, this is the big step down. And I know Vicente didn't look good in his last fight against Buckley. Yeah, and I said to myself, I'm never picking Vicente again, but I'm doing it again. I'm picking Vicente to win. I'm going to say by decision. I think, like I said, he's going to be the one that has the finishing upside in this fight. So I'll take the dog. Maybe look at him plus 3.5 spread when those come out. I think he can win one round, maybe a late round, maybe round 3, because Themba does slow down a bit with his wrestling if he wrestles heavy. So I think he gets this one done. I think it's going to be a close decision. But if there is a finish, like I said, I know I said it twice, it's going to be on Luque's side. So Luque by decision is going to be my play, though. And we got the featured prelim here. We got Anthony Smith versus Dominic Reyes. So Anthony Smith, well-rounded guy. He's got very good grappling, very good submissions, pretty good striking with good leg kicks. Durable, tough. He has been chinned a couple times here and there. There's some of these fights were a little funky, close, but he's, what is he, 36? 36, but he acts like he's in his 40s. Like, he's got a lot of miles on this guy. But we got Reyes here too. Very good striker. He's got crazy power in his hands. He does have okay grappling, but I don't think this fight's going to go to the mat. His chin will always be a question mark until the day he dies, but it's been a while since he's been knocked out. It's been 2 years, so we can kind of maybe put that on the back burner. He looked very good against Dustin Jacoby, and that was eye-opening to me. And he's still a very dangerous guy. And if that Dominic Reyes comes out against Anthony Smith, against what he did against Dustin Jacoby, Reyes is going to win this fight probably by first or second round knockout. So that's what I'm going with. I think the only way that Anthony Smith wins is maybe a club and sub. But other than that, I think Reyes can win a decision. I think he's going to be landing the better shots. I think he's more dangerous on the feet. And I just don't trust Anthony Smith's chin either. So give me the better striker with more power in his hands. But it is a little worrisome to back Reyes and or bet when he's minus 340, when he doesn't have the greatest chin. So maybe you can look at Reyes by knockout or inside the distance. Maybe that gets you close to plus money, so you feel a little bit better, but it's tough to back Reyes and put him in your parlays at minus 340. So going with Reyes to win by first or second round. KO, though. Main card, Nate the Train Landwehr versus Do Ho Choi. And Landwehr, well-rounded fighter, always pushes forward, junkyard dog, has power in his hands. He gets hit a lot. He gets dropped. He gets back up. He never quits. He does have good, decent grappling with good submissions, as we saw in a couple of his fights earlier. He got a couple rear naked choke against Austin Lingo, Anaconda against Ludovic Klein, which is a very good win nowadays. And we got Choi, who's a very good striker. He's got crazy power in his hands. He can be a little hittable on the feet, likes to get in some firefights here and there. His takedown defense isn't all that great, but he is always dangerous, always durable. And, he was able to knock out Aljo pretty good 4 months ago. This is a tough one for me because I can see Choi knocking out Landwehr, and I can see Landwehr winning by like a submission, or maybe he gets his own knockout, or maybe he wins a decision. But I'm just worried that Choi is going to land a shot on him, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get back up or recover fast enough, if you want to say. I'm still picking Landwehr. I think he's got more ways to win, but I think Choi has a very good chance of winning by KO as well. So just going to pick Landwehr. I'm going to stay away from betting this fight. I just want to watch it as a fan. I'm going to be rooting for Nate to train, but like I said, I think Landwehr has a little bit more options to win. I think if this fight does go to decision, it probably goes Landwehr's side, but I just worry that Choi is going to find that KO at some point, maybe in the first or second round. So Landwehr is going to have to be a little bit safe, maybe get some wrestling going early or grappling, maybe slow down Choi a little bit, but going with Landwehr to win, I'm going to say by decision. I know it sounds crazy, but I think that's what happens. Don't know why this is on the main card, but it is what it is. Bryce Mitchell versus Gracie. A year and a half away, but we got Bryce Mitchell, very good wrestler, very good grappling, very good submissions, always puts on a pace. The striking isn't all that great, but luckily for him, he's not fighting a striker at all. He's going to have the way better striking in this fight. He's got good cardio. He's normally durable, but he got knocked out in the Shadow Realm against Josh Emmett. But that was almost a year ago. I'm glad he took some time off, all that good stuff. And then we got Gracie, like I said, hasn't fought in a couple years, did not look good at all against Charles Jourdain. But, he's a good grappler. He's got good submissions, and that's really about it. He's got no striking, and he's going to want to take this fight to the mat, even though Bryce Mitchell is very good on the mat. But give me Bryce Mitchell to win. I mean, this is an easy parlay piece for me. I don't see how Bryce Mitchell loses this fight unless he just gets his neck wrapped or choked out. That's it. But I don't think he will. He's better than that. And I don't think Gracie's all that good. Sorry. So Bryce Mitchell to win. I'm going to say by decision because I think Gracie will survive for 3 rounds. I don't think he's going to get subbed or knocked out unless he just gasses. So I don't know what he's going to look like on the scale. That's something to think about too. If he looks like crap, maybe do Bryce Mitchell inside the distance. Next one, Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov. Cyril Gane, let me get this out of the way. Cyril Gane, very, very good technical striker, good kickboxer. He's got very good kicks, leg kicks, body kicks, pretty decent power. He's not really the greatest finisher in the heavyweight division. Very good cardio, good durability, good footwork on the feet. Takedown defense isn't all that great. Luckily, he doesn't have to really worry too much. I mean, Volkov can wrestle, but he's more so a striker himself. He's a kickboxer. Good power in his hands. He's a little slow for the heavyweight division, but he's very big. He's tough to take down. He's got decent volume. He does slow down a little bit as the fight goes on, but he's looking pretty good. He looked good in his last fight against Sergey Pavlovich. He looked good against Ty. I mean, he's working his way back up here. But I got to go Cyril Gane in this fight. I think he's going to throw more volume. I think he's going to land more. I think he's going to be too quick on the feet. He's going to have the quicker striking. And Volkov is going to be, maybe chasing him a little bit around the ring. And I don't think he's going to be able to land too much on Cyril Gane. Maybe Volkov does go for some wrestling, but I think it might be a good idea. But I don't know if he's going to be able to catch him. That's the thing. So I'm going to say Cyril Gane wins by decision. Pretty decently confident in that. I think he's around minus 300. I get it. I mean, Volkov can win this fight, but I think, 7 or 8 out of 10 times, I think Gane's the ones that wins this one. It's gonna be just too quick on the feet for him. So Gane by decision is my play. Co-main, got Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Garry, or Machado Garry, however you want to say it. But we all know who Shavkat is. Super well-rounded guy, good striking, good grappling, good power, good kicks, good submissions. He can be a little hittable on the feet at times, especially the longer the fight goes. We saw that in the Jeff Neal fight, but he's able to push through and get the submission at the very end. But yeah, he's very good everywhere. Like I said, the only little knock I would say for him is he's just a little bit too hittable at times, especially the later the fight goes. Garry, he's a very good kickboxer. He does have good power in his hands, good kicks, quick strikes and combos, good movement on the feet. He can be hittable and open to counters depending on how, if you want to say, confident he is in those fights. We've seen him get dropped a couple times, but he has good recoverability. He did show off some of his grappling in the Venom Page fight, but Venom Page has 0 grappling, and I don't think Garry's going to be showing off any grappling in this fight because Rakhmonov is going to be way better grappler here. I think the striking is close. You can maybe favor one guy or the other, and I don't mind which one you do, but there's going to be a big grappling disparity, and that's Shavkat. And I think he needs to mix in the grappling. Otherwise, it's going to be a very close fight. So picking Shavkat to win, I'm going to say second or third round submission. I don't think he's going to waste too much time on the feet. He shouldn't. This is a 5-round fight. So that's something to think about in this one. But yeah, got to go Shavkat here by submission. Like I said, second or third round, maybe fourth. But I think if it gets to the 4th round, I think this fight goes to decision. So give me Shavkat by sub. And we got the main event, Alexander Pantoja versus Kai Asakura. And Pantoja is a champ. He's a junkyard dog. Super well-rounded guy. Very good striking, good power in his hands, very good wrestling, very good grappling, very good durability, cardio. He does slow down a little bit, maybe in rounds 4 and 5, but this dude does not quit. He's always going to be pushing forward, and he's a champion for a reason. And then we got the newcomer making his UFC debut in Asakura. He's normally a bantamweight, but he's a very good so he's going to have to cut a little bit of weight here, and that's very interesting to me. Very kind of a red flag too. This is a 5-round fight as well, but he's a very aggressive striker with good power. He's super quick hands, always pushes forward. His grappling and takedown defense, haven't really seen too much. It looks okay, but this is going to be like the best grappler he's ever fought and maybe ever will fight in the MMA. And that's where the big difference comes into play. Pantoja is not going to mess around. He's probably going to shoot a takedown as soon as he can, wait for the right time, and go to work on Kai and probably win by submission eventually, maybe the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd round. I like that play. So give me Pantoja to win by sub. And yeah, this is going to be a tough fight for Asakura. And yeah, he looks fun, but I see why he's getting a title shot first, because Pantoja's beat all the top 5 guys at least once. Some of them he beat twice already. So he's kind of looking for a guy. So they put him up against the newcomer. And I would like to see Asakura fight somebody maybe like in the top 10 range, like maybe 8, 9, 10, whoever's that is. But yeah, Pantoja should win this fight 9 out of 10 times, honestly. I'm pretty high on Pantoja, so you take that for what it's worth. Pantoja by sub is my play, though. All right, those are the picks and the predictions for this weekend's UFC 310 card. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please hit the like button on your way out. Like I said, for Defend Your Units this week, it will be Tuesday night, so one day early. As I said before, Wednesday is my birthday, so I don't want to do a live show on my birthday. So if you want to wish me a happy birthday in the comments, please do so. And yep, all I got for you. See you Tuesday. Hope everybody does good on their picks and their bets. Until next time, Happy fight night.